Hey guys, Luton here, and I am back with another map for Cities Skylines. This is the fourth map, and it's called Castle Valley. And I've got a few other maps ready to go pretty much, but this one I just kind of banged it out today and was very happy with it actually. I was surprised how quick I built this map actually. So I wanted to go with a kind of flood valley, sort of islands all over the place kind of vibe. What we have is, you know, the starting area here. It's split across a few sections with lakes through the middle, and then you have to island hop all the way out to the primary resources. So we have a fertile agriculture area over here in the hills up on this side, on the north side, and all the way across here we have minerals. So if you want to do mining operations, you get to that, and then down through this deep forest we have a lot of oil resources as well. So if you want to set up a major oil operation, but the idea is that it will take you a little while to get out to those major resources. So in the meantime, you're going to have to find other ways to get this to work. So you start off with like a small industrial area, build up your town, build up the community, and then work across to perhaps a booming office district here, which I've got going on. You build this up, and then once you've got this stuff established, then you can start branching out to those further areas. Of course, we've also got plenty of space here for getting in airports and loads of land to put whatever you want to, whether you want to get some kind of tourist industry happening, or whether you want to just go for like a lot of different individual communities. One reason that I thought it'd be good to have these kind of island setups is so you can have more kind of mini communities going on. So you can, I'm already sort of branching out to another area over here where I'm going to have this kind of industrial workplace going on. So there's a lot of citizens working out here, but I'm building this up to be a sort of hub of residential, but at the same time giving it some good value. So there's a lot of kind of resources and things going on here, and of course, I also wanted this map to kind of suit pretty much any mod you could have. So it's kind of open and plain, and you can kind of build a lot of what you want on there. But the interesting element is the fact that you're kind of doing these island hops across, and also, as I say, the thing is I put a major amount of resources but on the outskirts, so it's kind of like a reward for getting out there. And once you get out there and secure that, then it kind of changes up the gameplay a bit, because you'll have been building for quite some time to sort of get to that point, and then when you get to that point, it's like the end game changes up a bit, because then you have to develop a major industry, which means you have to get in place all of your rail resources, your shipping, and all of that kind of stuff. When it comes to shipping, you'll have to branch further down towards the sea. There is some connections around here as well, so you should be able to get onto those. If not, then you can just push down to this tile and then you'll be able to get it out from there. As I say, there's plenty of space for airports and things on the sides, on the sort of fringes of the map here. So this is Castle Valley, guys, and you can discover the castle ruins down here as well if you want to sort of build some touristy area around that. I always find the starting areas are really critical to any Skylines map, and I've often picked up some very popular Skylines maps and found that the starting areas are incredibly poorly thought out or frustrating to play, which I think is a massive oversight. A lot of the Skylines maps that I see on Steam are very beautiful, and people have spent a long time to make them look as realistic as possible, but as I've said before, with some of my other maps as well, they just don't play well. There's several that I downloaded thinking they looked amazing, but when I actually got into playing them, they played crap, because the person had built them in a really beautiful way, and they looked fantastic, they looked very realistic, but realistic maps don't always play that well, because in Skylines you can't build always in the same way that you would in real life. So you've got to keep that in mind when you're developing and building a map. You've got to think about the gameplay, you've got to think about how it's actually going to play out. And I have to say, I've been playing through this one. I only meant to build like a small town. I was thinking I was going to build like just this little bit here, but I got quite hooked and I ended up building this massive town. And I'm still kind of pushing it forward as well, so yeah, there's loads you can do there. So this is Castle Valley, guys. If you enjoy it, please rate it on Steam. Helps me out and helps share with other people so they can have a chance to play the map as well. Hope you enjoy. The other 3 maps that I made so far have been incredibly popular, way more popular than I thought they could have been on Steam, so thank you very much, guys, for downloading and playing those maps. As I say, I've got about another 2 to 3 which are nearly good to go, so I'll try and get those out in the next week or 2-3 weeks, and so that I can steadily release a few more, because it's been quite a while since I put out a new map. Anyway, tell me your thoughts about this down below in the comments, guys, and also on Steam. Leave your comments about the map. Hope you very much enjoy the map, guys, and I'll have more very soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.